We've talked about the fact that in MCU movies, there are certain things that are placed in there in previous films that once we go back and watch them, they seem to hint towards the future of the MCU. So believe it or not, even the worst MCU movie out there, Thor: The Dark World, had something. So Nidavellir, this is the location where giant Peter Dinklage forges Stormbreaker. This is where epic things were made by the dwarfs, who are giant. So as it turns out, where Selvig, you know, during his crazy time in the Dark World, was running around, he was giving presentations, there was a giant chalkboard of everything. The location was actually one of the places that's on the chalkboard. And people are going, wow, think that's related to Infinity War? And of course it was. We know that Kevin Feige had this giant idea that they were working towards, and he placed little pieces here and there that hint towards the future of the MCU. And this is one of those things where you look at that, and it doesn't necessarily do what some other things have done where it makes the movie better. Because let's be real, not much is going to make The Dark World a better film, but it gives you kind of the insight into how early they knew that this place was going to exist and how early they were placing the pieces in there, right? And then in Age of Ultron, you know, you have the little Thor nightmare and how things turn out. And there's just a little pieces that they place everywhere that kind of help build up the future if you pay attention. Now granted, you and I are paying attention because we're nerds, but the normal people aren't. But it's just this attention to detail that they do that's kind of important, and that gives you the grander sense of they knew what they were doing, right? It's kind of like the scene where everybody talks about the Wonder Woman movie. It's like, just imagine how cool it would have been if at one point we saw the mother box. And then in Justice League, you're like, oh, remember when we saw that, but we never got that. But Marvel's placing these pieces throughout their films, and eventually, if they get to it, it'll mean something in the long run. So that's honestly kind of cool. It just gives you that little bit of continuity that I think we all like.